Is this the week that Kansas City returns to form? That and more today on the RunTheSims podcast. I'm your host, Adam Wilde. We've got Kansas City heading to Las Vegas. Total of 52. Las Vegas is plus 2.5. I'm not so sure that's appropriate. Let's go ahead and share the screen and we'll start talking about it. So we have a- just one injury. I mean, I guess Clyde Edwards-Helaire opened up the 21-day window. So technically he could have came back this week, but it looks like a long shot, probably not happening. On the Las Vegas side of the ball, they're actually fully healthy. No one of note. Nick Bowers. If you can tell me who Nick Bowers is, you get a gold star. So we've got a clean bill of health for this AFC West showdown. Let's head over to the optimal results. So we have ownership this week, and that's going to be super important because you really wanted to see what Patrick Mahomes is going to fall at. He is $2,400 more than Derek Carr. Well, not quite 24. I guess what is that? 1,800 ahead of Derek Carr, and he is owned 61% of the time. Let's jump to projections real quick. So I guess Carr is a full 3.5 points under Patrick Mahomes in medium projection, but still, from a point per dollar perspective, and the fact that if you go Carr without Patrick Mahomes, you're going to stack Vegas, which is probably going to be the less owned side of the ball. Let's see, Renfrow is at 37, Josh Jacobs at 14, Waller at 33, Zay Jones at 4%, Kenyan Drake at 14. Okay, so I mean, if you can go Derek Carr, and then your total ownership is going to be way down if you're going to go 4x2 with Las Vegas. So I'm a little ahead of myself, but it's just strange to me that Patrick Mahomes is projected so much more ownership than Derek Carr at such a higher price tag. So you've got 54% appearances of Patrick Mahomes in the flex, 15% at captain for a nice 69 total. Derek Carr at 46% in the flex, 10% at captain, 57 total. Then you've got a bunch of guys right around this 11 to 13% captain range. So it's going to be 39% for Darren Williams, 11% in captain, 35% flex for Tyreek Hill, 13% captain, and then 33% Hunter Renfrow in the flex, 11% captain. So let's lump those three together. Darrel Williams' ownership projection is 18%. That's incredible to me, especially since every single Kansas City showdown slate, Darrel Williams is excellent leverage on Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Everybody wants to play Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and then punt to Byron Pringle, Demarcus Robinson, maybe even Josh Gordon. That's the gold standard for everybody's common Kansas City lineups. They see Kelce, Hill, Mahomes, and they just want to jam them in. So you can just go, Kelce, Mahomes, Darrel Williams, and Mecole is usually a good pivot because he's like, better, higher price than like your Robinson and your Bringle, but he just never really pans out. You see, finally this week we have him only appearing in 17% of lineups and 2%. So you got to get unique with your fourth spot if you're going to go with 4x2 with Kansas City and not be chalky. So we'll talk about another option or another two options in just a second. Hunter Renfrow, his ownership is surprisingly projected 37%, even though he's got an egregious price tag of 8,400. Josh Jacobs is a nice pivot off that 14% ownership projection. He's appearing in about the same amount of lineups as Hunter Renfrow. You've got Travis Kelce down here at 30% in the flex, 8% at captain. Darren Waller, 25% in the flex, 7% at captain. So these two high-profile tight ends don't appear to be the best plays on this slate. That's kind of surprising as much as tight ends have dominated Showdown. And then Zay Jones, one of my favorite plays. The first time I'm going to recommend a $600 punt in captain. With so many of these players up here projected valuable points, it's really nice to get Zay Jones. He played 93% of the snaps last week. He had 4 targets. I believe he only caught one of them. So if you get another 4 targets for Zay Jones and he falls the other way where he catches all 4, that could be huge for fitting in 4 of these big plays instead of only 3. So instead of having to play your Kenyan Drakes, your Mecole Hardmans, your Bryan Edwards, you get to play Zay Jones and then just jam them all in. So I like Zay Jones at captain, and he's actually appearing in 2.2% at captain. That's pretty good for a pump play. And then you've got Kenyan Drake appearing in 22.4% of the lineups. 22.4% of the flex, 5% at captain for 25% total lineups. Mecole Hardman, just every every slate he looks like he's underowned, and every slate he disappoints. Maybe this slate will be the one for him, but he's in 17.3% of the flex spots, 2.2% at captain. Bryan Edwards is the last Raider that we're going to talk about. He's 16.7% in the flex, 1.9% at captain for 18.6 total. Derek Gore is going to be an important play for one. If you listen to the show, I love playing two running backs from the same team. It works out very, very often, but doesn't get played that often. So you've got 11% Derek Gore at 1,000, and you've got some nice punt plays that people are going to want to play, and maybe Zay Jones, maybe Josh Gordon. So Derek Gore is nice salary relief if you want to go like Darrel Williams at captain, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, still play some of the high-priced Raiders. You can go Derek Gore for the salary relief, and you still get a Chiefs 4x2. Then we'll go all the way down here to Josh Gordon. So Josh Gordon's snap share has been reasonable. He's bottom barrel min price, and he's gotten at least a target a game. So he had 29% of the snaps last week, 40% of the snaps 2 weeks ago. He's gotten a target a game. So if he just gets, a chunk of yardage with his one target this week, he's actually reasonable as a $200 punt. Again, just because you want to fit in all of these high price plays that all could go off. We'll go over to our custom lineups real quick before we go build some. Darrel Williams, no surprise, is appearing as the top lineup and captain. And this lineup isn't too terribly owned either. It's actually a decent tournament lineup. So you've got Darrel Williams and captain, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Travis Kelce, Zay Jones, Derek Carr. Of course, it's 50% or full salary, so that's not great. And you've got another full salary lineup in Darren Waller, captain, Hunter Renfrow, Derek Carr, Zay Jones, Darrel Williams, Josh Jacobs. I love the Raiders 5x1s this week. And then all the way with a frequency of 9, the third best lineup we've got. Zay Jones at captain, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, Travis Kelce, Darrel Williams, Derek Carr. It's a 3x3. I'm not thrilled by going 3x3, but in a high-scoring game like this with both sides of the ball projected to score a ton of points, it makes sense. And then we'll go down to a Hunter Renfrow lineup before I go build some lineups. So Hunter Renfrow at captain, Zay Jones in the flex, Darren Waller, Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Darrel Williams. Another 5x1, Hunter Renfrow on the captain. Let's go back. Hunter Renfrow is 11.1% in the captain. So even at 8,400, he's 11.1% in the captain. And on the flip side, I mean, Bryan Edwards, only 2% of the captain supposed to be their wide receiver one. It just shows that it's not a small sample size thing. He really just doesn't get it done with his opportunities. Maybe this week he does. He's only 5,400 and he's playing like 90% of the snaps. So at 5,400, he should be a good play. I really can't explain why he hasn't gotten it done thus far in his career. Let's build some lineups, look at the projections, and then get out of here. One thing I want to do is Zay Jones, the captain, and then see how much we can jam in. So we're going to get to two quarterbacks. If you're going Zay Jones at captain, you might as well go to two quarterbacks. You should still be able to afford one of Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce. I like Tyreek Hill a little bit more on this slate. You've got 75.50 to work with here. So we're going to go ahead and go with something like, do we want to go Raiders 4x2 or Chiefs 4x2? Let's see what Darrel Williams looks like. That still leaves 7,900. And you could go Mecole Hardman, I guess, if you really wanted to. So you've got Zay Jones at captain, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, Tyreek Hill, Darrel Williams, Mecole Hardman. But actually, if I go, I don't really want to go Tyreek and Mecole. So I'm going to go Kelce and then see what I can go up to. So then I could go Waller, then I could go Josh Jacobs. Now, of course, you've got so you've got Zay Jones at captain, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, Mecole Hardman. So that's a nice Zay Jones lineup, and just goes to show you how much you can play with your lineup if you go Zay Jones at captain. I forgot to mention Desean Jackson. Everybody's going to be thinking, well, what about Desean Jackson? Well, he only has a couple practices under his belt. So with that being said, I don't know that he's the best play this week at 4,400. I mean, he's all the way down here. I don't even see where he's at. We'll look here in just a second on the projections, but essentially he's not projected to do much because he just got there, and he's 4,400, and Zay Jones is only 600. So there's really no reason, even from a leverage perspective, to play Desean Jackson over Zay Jones when Zay Jones is so much cheaper and projected for so many more snaps. All right, so then we want to do a Darrel Williams captain, and we're going to do a 4x1 here. Oh, sorry, 4x2. So Darrel Williams, a captain. He's probably my favorite captain play. And then I wanted to do a Derek Gore lineup, so 2 running backs. Derek Gore. All right. And then we're going to get Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill. Leaves us with 7,400 left. Probably want to do Hunter Renfrow. And then we've got 6,400 left. So you could go Mecole, but then you're going to have 50,000 exactly. So why don't we go ahead and move off of Renfrow to Josh Jacobs, leaves us with 6,000. And then we can go with something like Bryan Edwards. You can go Kenyan Drake here. All right, so you've got a lot that you can work with there. If you go Darrel Williams at captain, Derek Gore, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and then of course any lineup that you play Tyreek Hill in, you can play Travis Kelce in. So you slot Travis Kelce in there. Now you've got 7,000 to work with. Mecole fits again. You can build lineups that fit Mecole, but then play Kenyan Drake or Bryan Edwards, who I think are both better plays than Mecole Hardman straight up. So then you've got Darrel Williams, Derek Gore, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Josh Jacobs, Bryan Edwards, and you still leave 1,600 on the table. And now you can play with this one. You can take Josh Jacobs out and you can go Darren Waller. You still leave 800 on the table. And now you've got Darrel Williams at captain, Derek Gore, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, and Bryan Edwards. And then, of course, go ahead and take Bryan Edwards out. And you can go with Kenyan Drake. Where's Kenyan Drake? 44. And boom, now you've got 1,800 on the table and you've still got a viable lineup. Last thing we're going to do is look at our projections. Patrick Mahomes projected for 23.5, but remember he is way more expensive than everybody else as well. So from a point per dollar perspective, he's not the strongest play. Derek Carr projected 20 points, much better play in my opinion. Tyreek Hill projected 19, Travis Kelce for 16, Hunter Renfrow for 15, Darrel Williams for 15, Josh Jacobs 15, Darren Waller about 15. Then you've got a big drop off down to Mecole Hardman, Kenyan Drake, Bryan Edwards, all in the 9-point range. You've got your kickers. Zay Jones projected for 6 points at $600. Pretty impressive. Byron Pringle is the best, third option in the wide receiver room for the Kansas City Chiefs on the slate with 4.7. Derek Gore projected 4.3 at only 1,000. Not bad. Didn't mention Jerick McKinnon. He's projected 3.4. Not really a point in going there with Derek Gore. Only $200 more. And then Josh Jacobs is projected for about 2 targets, 2.8 points. If he gets 2 targets, I really like him at $200. But before we get out of here, this drop off right here, if you can see my screen, is why we are looking at playing Zay Jones at captain, because after Darren Waller, your drop off is 5.5 points between Darren Waller and Mecole Hardman, Kenyan Drake, Bryan Edwards. That's a big drop off. So you want to play as many players from Darren Waller up as you possibly can, which is why playing Zay Jones at captain is a viable option this week. That's going to be it for me today. I hope everybody enjoys their Sunday. Good luck on the main slate and good luck tonight. Peace.